What's going on, my natives? It's your man Dalen here, and today I'm going to show you how to go from this to this using nothing but the Reshape tool and the free app Facetune available on the iOS and Android App Store. Stay face tuned if you want to see how to do this. Alright, now let's just jump right in. I already have a photo opened, and if you want to learn how to open photos and all the very beginner stuff, you can check out my last video linked up here. In my last tutorial, I'll show you how to clear up the skin on my face. Now, I'm going to show you how to reshape certain aspects of your face using this Reshape tool. So on the bottom there, second one from the right, you'll see it is called Reshape. So you select that. If you notice my eyes in this photo, they're a little bit wonky looking now. I don't know if my eyes aren't even or if I took the picture bad, but they don't seem to look like they're straight across. So, easily fixed in Facetune. So just open up that Reshape tool, zoom in a bit, and you literally can just touch and move pixels around the way you want. In this example, I'm just going to gently lift up my left eye, lower my right one, to even them out. It's got a little bit of warpage, so I'm going to go back and do it again. Come in, raise it up, lower that, and boom, much more even. And if I wanted to, I could even take this left one and bring it in more to even it out even further. No, you know what? A little bit less. Boom, and just like that, my eyes are now even, straight across. And another way that this tool can be utilized is your nose. I know a lot of people they don't like their nose, they don't like the shape, they don't like whether it's too wide or too skinny, whatever. Just as easily as it was to reshape my eyes, it's just as easily to reshape any part of any photograph, really. But you do got to be careful with straight lines in your photographs. This part we don't need to worry about because what I'm going to show you next is my nose. So a lot of people, they have problems with their nose. They don't like the way it's shaped, whether it's too big or small, or you know, if something happened to it, it got broken, hopefully not at some point, and they want to reshape it. It's as simple as zooming in on your nose and just pushing and pulling with the Reshape tool wherever you want it to move. So you want to make it smaller, sink it in there and there. Just like that, your nose is that much smaller, right? Undo that, come back in, widen it, and you have to be careful that you watch your eyes and other aspects of the photograph, because as you move it, right, like as I move this, everything else moves, right? So be careful as to how much everything else is moving, because then people will start to notice. And if you zoom in, like if you zoom way in and do your movements from there, a lot less is gonna move in the photo. See, just that part of my nose is moving there, opposed to if I were to go in like this, it moves my eye and everything else over here. So just take note of that, right? I don't have any problem with my nose, but I'm just using that as an example. One thing I do struggle with though, is my jawline. One thing that I always like to face tune a little bit is my jawline. So if you want, just go right ahead and just suck in. And this actually makes you look like you lost weight or you don't have as much weight on your body by sucking in your jawline, of course. So you can just pull that in, pull that up. There, see? And this is where it gets tricky because you can see this straight line back here from that bar. It's starting to bend now from my tuning it. So if you really want to be careful on doing that and go in there and perhaps adjust it so it doesn't look as morphed. And there. Jawline looks a lot slimmer. Now, that's just another example of what you can use the Reshape tool. Now I'm gonna open another photo and show you an even better way a lot of people are using, definitely on Instagram. This is me at LA Fitness here. I actually look a lot slimmer in this picture than I am in real life, so thank God for the color black, right? A lot of people, I'm sure you can see it all over the internet, they want to make themselves look bigger than they actually are. There's nothing wrong with that. If you're actually using Instagram to track your gym's progress, you shouldn't be doing this because that's not as far as you made it. You should be proud as to where you've gotten, especially if you're going to the gym. But I understand models and all that other stuff, you know, editing photos is just part of reality now. Don't feel bad for doing it, because I sure as hell don't. Another classic thing, just go like this for the Reshape tool, right into your arm. For a guy or whatever you want, boom, just like that. You just added on another year's worth of bicep exercises. But the key is, again, very subtle, right? Now my arm just went from that to that. That added like at least an inch, which is a ridiculous amount of exercising to actually achieve that. And you know, you can do it to your triceps as well. Now this is where I shine and where other people fail at doing this on Instagram. All these lines back here, And I see it in locker rooms is the worst place because you have all the vertical lines from the lockers. People morph their photos and they're not paying attention to the lines in the background, and all their lockers are all wobbly and weird looking. So now if you're gonna make my tricep bigger, you know, I'm warping all of this stuff back here, right? All these lines. Now look at how ridiculous my arm looks, right? But all this warpage here, look at that plate, it's no longer round. I did that way too much, so. You know, this is a little example. Let's just say I give myself a little bit extra like that, right? That weight isn't circular now, so you do have to go right in there and pull everything back and following all the lines to make sure nothing is too bad. Pull that up. Looks better. See, I still added a little bit of size without warping everything too much, so that thing's a little bent. I gotta straighten that out. There, still added a bit of size, and it's subtle and not a lot of warpage. That's the trick to this, is being very sneaky, because if people see it, they're gonna call you out. You're fake, you're this or that. I mean, ignore the haters, whatever, but it's a good thing to do. And now, look at my arm is, you know, a little bit bigger, which looks good. And I'll do a little bit on my forearm here, bring that all up. And that's what I do with the Reshape tool to make my muscles look big. You can do it anywhere. Biceps, shoulders, you know, your chest. You know, if you go to the side, you give a big flex, you can pop these out, you know, make everything look a lot better. And for those girls, I'm sure you do those squats and you want to make that booty pop, this is definitely the way to do it. That's another tool and another way that I like to use that tool. And another thing that you can do to make yourself look bigger or something in the gym, which adds a lot of depth to your images as well. In the last tutorial, I used the details tool to make my eyes pop. And they add contrast. So what you can do is your veins and anywhere where there's shadows, like for example, if you light up your arm properly and you do like a nice big flex and you have like a shadow underneath you that separates your bicep from your lower arm, you're gonna wanna highlight in that section there and shade it in with the details tool because it'll really make your bicep pop. So now if you look at this, you can see I got a vein in my bicep right there. I wanna take that details tool, zoom right in, and just brush over it. It's maybe a bit too much. Just do the shadowy part. That looks all right. And then of course in here, get underneath there. That's too much. So you have to be careful. If you overdo it, it looks bad. But like the veins in my hands and arms, go over that. Do some of the shadowing here. See, now look. There's subtle details. It's subtle, at a distance it's barely noticeable, but it looks a lot better. That's how I use the details tool when it comes to making myself look bigger in the gym selfies or whatever. And of course, I got this nasty spot, so just like the last tutorial, get rid of that sucker. If you want to see how to do that and remove all the spots and imperfections off your skin and body, check out the video that is linked below in the description and you can find it there. So that's just another way to utilize Facetune to edit your photos and make yourself look a lot better. So here's before and after. So here's before, this is after. Before and after. Very subtle difference, but to achieve that much muscle mass extra on top of what I've already got, I would have taken lots of extra training, and here it just takes like 2 seconds and it totally looks legit. You have to just be careful with the lines in the background. That is the key. That is the thing I see everyone failing at, is that there's a door or any kind of solid line in the background. When you try and do this body morphing, it looks awful. And the easiest way to achieve this effect is to go against just a flat white background or a wall or anywhere where you can take a selfie of yourself or have someone take a photo of you where it's just one color. You can just morph the hell out of yourself and no one's gonna be the wiser because there's no lines in the background to cause any problems. So if there is, just make sure that you go in there and zoom in real far and fix them before you post them, because if you post them, you're gonna get busted. Another quick way that you can utilize this tool is your legs. I mean, look at this photo, hit reshape, go down to my calf there, and really just make that sucker pop. Now see how much easier that is when I don't have to worry about the lines, right? And there it's just the ground. So the dots don't really do much for giving away the fact that I've edited it before, after. Arm, the spots are gone, veins pop out way more afterwards, the leg gets bigger. Very subtle differences. For you, some of you gentlemen out there, you might want to hit that reshape tool and just give yourself a little, oh, you know what, maybe we shouldn't go down that road. But it can be done, it just takes a lot of work. I just wanted to say, thank you all for watching. Throw me a thumbs up if you like this video. Tweet me some suggestions at Dalen Gerard. Subscribe for a good time. And I will see y'all next week, man. I got a lot of videos planned and I can't wait to make them. I'm gonna upload them as soon as I'm done editing them. So, I will talk to y'all soon. Peace.